With us now is Erin Cummings. Erin, are you there?
I'm here. Hi, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. How have you been?
I have been, well, it's been a really busy 3 months since welcoming our brand new baby boy. So,
Yay!
yeah, it's been a very exciting time, along with everything else that's going on in the world and in Hollywood. We have been completely in baby land.
Now, speaking of Babyland, I do want to talk to you about your acting, but more importantly, today, the reason that we're here is because of Baby Quest. Please share with us your journey because it's very inspiring and I know it's going to give hope to a lot of our viewers.
Absolutely. I actually many years ago, I say many, back in my 20s, I was an egg donor. And I did it because I knew that there was a need out there. My biological father was not a part of my life, and so for me, I didn't have as much of an emotional connection to DNA, you could say. And I saw what a profound impact that made in the lives of people who were not able to conceive for whatever reason. Cut to years later, I never imagined that I would find myself in this position, but I ended up having to go through assisted reproductive technology myself. My husband and I, a few months after we were married, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I was already almost 39 when that happened. So the biological clock was ticking pretty hard at that point. And by the time I finished treatment and the effects of chemo on my uterus, I just was not able to carry. Fortunately, I had frozen eggs years ago. And so we were able to take eggs retrieved from my body before my husband and I started dating, sperm retrieved from his body 3 years into our marriage, made into an embryo in a lab in Beverly Hills, shipped to Boise, Idaho, and put in the body of a woman we'd never even met in person because of the pandemic. And now we have a beautiful baby boy. And so I understand more than most people how sometimes a family comes in the most unexpected ways. And what I also realized through this process, which none of which was covered by insurance, and all of which was exceptionally expensive, I learned very quickly that unfortunately the barrier sometimes to becoming a parent is money. And that is completely a tragedy and not something that I think should inhibit people from being able to fulfill their dreams of having a child. So Pamela is the founder of Baby Quest. She started Baby Quest years ago when both of her daughters experienced infertility themselves and had to go through very expensive rounds of IVF, surrogacy, ultimately to have their children. She founded Baby Quest as a way to bridge the gap for people who were for whatever reason, health or whatever, were required to use assisted reproductive technologies to build their family. And so when she heard about what was going on in my life, she said, I would love for you to come on board and share your story as an ambassador. And how could I say no?
Well, and I like the way that you phrase that. You say assisted reproductive services. It covers the gambit
Technologies. It's
technology. It
ART.
covers that. It covers
It's
the
ART, assisted reproductive technologies
technology.
is the term of it.
And it covers the gambit of different things. And, because the process, I've had friends, and for my friends, I didn't realize this until later in life too, that you're only born with a certain number of eggs.
Right.
I don't know. I must have missed that in health class. I just didn't realize it. And that
Absolutely.
someone,
In fact, when a little baby girl is born, she has already lost thousands of eggs by the time she's even in the world. And every time that we have a menstrual cycle, more eggs get released, more eggs get released. So yeah, by the time, and that's why they talk about, that's when you hear about fertility waning, a big cause of that is because of the age of the eggs, and also because there is a low supply once you get to a certain age.
and I don't think they taught us that in school. When they were teaching us about the birds and the bees, or we were getting this like "Hello, my name is" box of products, right? They haven't really done a great job in terms of education for fertility. Also, menopause, and it's all one cycle. It's one continuous ribbon, if you will, on the journey. And some people have early menopause, which means they they can't have a child. And there's just so many different things. I'm so happy for you. So first of all, congratulations. It must
Thank you.
it must be joy that's not compared to any other type of joy for you.
You know what? It really is so fascinating now that we have finished what, people sometimes call the fourth trimester when, because when they're born, they're really almost still in a larva stage. There's just not a lot going on. So we're just now at that stage where he's, like he's starting to connect and he's really starting to communicate in his own way. And so it's now becoming really fun. But one of the things that my husband and I really have noticed is that because we were fortunate enough to have a child at this stage of our lives, we've done a lot of the other things. We don't have that need to be like, oh man, I wish I could go out clubbing, but instead I have to feed my baby. When we wake up at 3 a.m. to feed him, it really is, there is so much joy because we have wanted this for so long. And I'm not going to say that it is without the sleepless nights and it is without the, all of the things that come with being a parent. Of course they do. But there is something really powerful about looking at this child and saying, you know what? Not only did I want you in the world, so many people came together to make sure that you were a part of this world. And I am going to do everything that I can to give you all the tools necessary to deal with whatever you're going to encounter. Now, obviously, I won't be able to solve all of his problems, but I like to think that at this point in my life, I've gained a little bit of wisdom. And so hopefully I can impart some of that wisdom as he encounters certain things. So yeah, it's a beautiful experience, not just being a mother for the first time, but also being a mother at a point in my life where I feel like I have a lot to share. And as you said, a lot of people that have gone through this. I actually have a girlfriend, it's not just even menopause. It is any sort of health issues that cause complications for reproduction, whether it's endometriosis or PCOS. I have a young girlfriend who's 30 years old, and she and her husband have been trying for 4 years to get pregnant. Her mom got pregnant, no problem. Her sister got pregnant, no problem. And for whatever reason, she has just been facing challenge after challenge after challenge. They did IUI, which is in utero inception. Some people call it the turkey baster. That's its street name. And that already can become costly. And then if that doesn't work, then people move to IVF, which is where the real money comes in. And that involves a lot of medication and injections and actually putting the sperm with the egg, inseminating it outside of the body, and then doing the transfer of the embryo. And this all sounds very complicated because it kind of is. And with complications comes expenses. And just the cost of medication alone for a round of IVF can be $5,000 or more. So, it's not even just about women of menopausal age or getting older. It's also women such as myself who, if I had not been diagnosed with cancer, there was no medical reason why I shouldn't have been able to carry my own child. My girlfriend who's in her early 30s, I have friends that were in their mid 20s who found out that they had complications. Additionally, the sperm rates for men have historically been getting lower and lower and lower. So a lot of times also now what we're finding is men are, living their best lives, finding the right partner, getting to a place where they're ready to start their family, only to find out that they're infertile themselves. So you're absolutely right. Though
so thank you.
A lack of education.
Many different reasons, Erin. And so it's Baby Quest. People can go and they can learn out more information. And also on your fine acting career, may this role as a mother be your best role yet. And I know you're in King Arthur. You've done a ton of stuff. Bold and Beautiful. It goes on and on. So for more information, they could go.
Nominated for an Academy Award. Yes, King Richard.
What did you say? Oh, King Richard. What did I say? King Arthur?
I totally get it. I would have done the same thing. Yes.
Yes, King Richard. Sorry. Oh, that's pretty funny. We're just going to leave that in, Erin. One of those kings, right?
Totally
one of those kings. But in all sincerity, continued success to you, and they could follow you. I'm so happy and also thankful for the person that put the two of us together. So,
absolutely.
enjoy?
Well, the best way to find information about Baby Quest is to go to the website, which is babyquestfoundation.org. People can look to donate. I mean, so far, 126 babies and counting have been born because of the incredible generosity of grants totaling more than $2 million. And we just want that to continue so that more and more people who really want to be parents and have the tools to teach their kids, to be good people. We want more good people in the world. And that starts with people who want to be parents being able to give all of their gifts of wisdom and knowledge. So go to babyquestfoundation.org. And if you're someone out there who is looking to bridge that gap and could use a grant or some extra funding just to help with some of those exorbitant costs, babyquestfoundation.org is the right place to start.
Erin, that's very gracious. Thank you so much. Happy journeys to you.
Thank you.
Yay!
Thank you for having me. I
Oh,
appreciate
it was
it.
great. It was a great topic. Be well, my friend. Take care. Bye-bye.
You too. Thank you.